people, you're back, I'm back, and we are here with Mr. Samini.
Another brainy classic.
Abedimpo, Bobby Kofiki Nat. Hey, Edichi, they pray free. The rest in the Tomo party.
Another brainy classic.
Ghana people, time is here again. Get ready to cast your vote. How they make we go? Ghana people, time is here again. Get ready to cast your vote. How they make we go? Hey.
Everybody knows him. I don't need to introduce him, but he is the man that is the man who is everything to you and everything to you in the sense of music. And from what I see and know, it's not just music you're into. There's a lot of things you do. And when I say that, I mean in the sense of a lot of weekends you give back to the community. So when I say you're not just a music man, you're about the community. Where did that come from? How? Why? And...
Well, as a people's person, as a public figure, you definitely have to know what the community cries for, and the basic needs, the basic problems that the community faces. So when you find yourself in a position to be able to extend a hand, you look at where really there is the need to, and where what you have can help.
Okay.
Then you do something. So I'm of the school of, help the less privileged. So every now and then I take time off, the road, and then go check the less privileged and extend, charity.
Wow.
Yeah, I believe in not hyping the charity so much.
Okay, what's
so, because personally, I think that when you do something good for someone and you talk about it, then it means that you're trying to get the blessings right now from the people who are going to say, well done, you try.
Okay.
But then when you do it and you leave it for Almighty, then you know that you're putting in your contribution, and it's going to come back in another fold.
Yeah.
So then I don't believe in the congrats and the hype from the people around. But then once you've become a public figure, when you do stuff, there's people around you, there's PR around you that has to put whatever it is you're up to out there. So eventually a charity gesture will come out. But if I had it my way, if I give out something, I want it to be just that.
Not that I want to dwell on this too much, because I know people will like, Sakina, fast forward, I want to hear about the man more. However, what kind of, because I'm big on charities, really am, really into giving back to people and communities. What does it look like when you do those kind of things in charity work?
It's a special thing for me. It's fulfilling when you're able to put smiles on people's faces, and I'm passionate about children, so I like to go to the very young and very small kids. I have this school back in Ghana that I sponsor, and I kind of fund, so they keep it running. It's a charity school that a certain lady ran by herself for 5 years before we met her, and we've been doing that with her for some time now, and it's fulfilling that you know at the back of your mind that your kids are there, and that whole area, every time they see my car down the lane, they know he's going to the school down there. And when the kids see me in the school, they know that he's around. And the feeling alone for strange, innocent kids to just run to you because they know today, definitely the food's going to be different. There's plenty of things coming today, and they're looking up the road every time when you see coming again. It's a blessing. I love that. And then I know that people that are watching as well see certain things, and it moves them differently. So you might not know who is watching from where, and you don't know who's reporting this to who. But then somebody will be touched just by hearing what else you do when you're not on stage doing pine.
You said it. You said it, because that's what I'm saying. People probably wouldn't expect that of you, or know that there's another side to you. You know, hey. So if people wanted to get more involved in it, is there a way they can get involved in it?
Yeah, definitely.
They just contact you.
Contact me.
Okay.
Tell me what you have,
And they can support.
Yeah, someone actually met me at the awards show we just had, and then he spoke to me about charity and said he'd been following my stuff and sees how I donate and stuff, and he wanted to come on board to give me so much. So anytime I was going, I should just call him. So he gave me a card, and I felt like, okay, so this is how it works then. So then eventually it gets bigger, because there's other people that want to give and aren't necessarily able to because their channels are not there.
Yeah.
So when they see you as a public figure doing it,
Yeah.
the excitement alone, and then the trust that you are definitely taking this to those who need it,
Yeah.
makes it work faster.
Yeah.
So yeah, the more the better. We need more guys like that. Come on.
Oh my gosh, people get on board and support the cause. You know me, I'm into supporting the cause, full stop.
Yeah.
And you've heard the man talk about it, helping young people, help us, the next generation. Again,
I shall salute you on that one, bro. I shall salute you. Thank you on that one.
Try,
So you mentioned about the pam business. Mister, where did that come from? I'm even going to talk about that too tough, but I know the women want to know about that. So yeah, where did that come from?
Well, it's a track.
Well, you made the track. How did it make it?
that was in 2004.
Okay.
Where I had done features from 2001 to 2003, and I was on almost everybody's song, and I was all over the place. So the fans thought, am I gonna just be doing collabos with people, or am I gonna embark on a solo project? So the challenge was there to come out with a banger, you know. So I thought, hey, these people. I was young then as well, but.
when you say young, what's young?
Well, young depends on the individual, right? But what I was talking about then was too naughty for a 21-year-old to be saying, even though 21 you're old enough. But in Ghana, if you're saying the woman should come indoors so that because the weather is nice, let's make sure.
Oh my days! Even I'm blushing.
You know, so I thought, all right, sex sells, and I'm known for saying those things in different ways, so I should just put together something that my fans would, you know, be down with. So I made sure I put together a track that would go down with the people, and luckily, and you know, good enough for me, it went down with the people as my first project. My first album, my first single as Linda was a banger.
That tune was serious.
And I'm going to be totally honest with you. I'm going to say this. I'm going to get slaughtered. I know I'm going to get slaughtered, but I didn't know that was your song.
I was there. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It was only recently I realised it was your song.
Because maybe you got to know Samini and you didn't know that was bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of your tracks that I'm gonna be totally honest. I'm honest all the time. Honest. I've never really followed Samini. I've never really followed Samini, no. But I followed your tracks and I didn't know I was even following you. Because I've actually got into your music and thought, yeah, this is some jams. I didn't know who it was, but I was getting down, and then later on, that song was, and that song and that. You've got plenty bangers. Not just one, many.
Didn't work.
And it all started from Linda.
Yeah.
Okay. And was Linda inspired about someone?
Not an individual. It was
Are you
just.
sure?
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
You can tell me.
Because it wasn't directed at anybody in particular. I just needed a banger, and I thought, let me smash it hard, you know. And the Linda at that time, Linda rhymed with Yenda. Yenda means, you know, basically let's sleep, kind of.
Hey, Selena, you're a very dirty boy.
So in Sone Muna Beshede Mama Yenda. It's like
Speaking true to me, you know, I'm
the
not.
weather
Okay.
is nice. Looks like it's gonna rain. So come indoors. Let's sleep.
Oh, okay.
My
Okay.
Linda, my heart. Tonight is gonna be fine. So then that's where it gets naughty. So you know, it got you know a few controversies going on. Got banned from the music awards because I was being too naughty.
Yeah, but then that's because, well, if you did it now in today's society, they wouldn't ban you for that because they used it. But that was, as you said, a banger. And as a banger at that time, it wasn't just a banger in terms of the charts. It was a banger in terms of society, the whole generational thing of what was going on. No one was doing that. So you came out and you basically said, F the rules.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm gonna do something else.
Yeah, let's go.
Right.
And it worked.
And then that's where the whole following of the whole Samini came on board.
That was Batman.
Exactly. So then how did you transform into Samini then?
Because Batman was a brand that was difficult to defend when you stepped out of the shores of Ghana and Ghanaians. Because you always had to explain your name and tell them which Batman you're talking about. Until a little kid asked me if I could fly. You know, so then I realized that the kid was getting conflict between the singer that did the song Pine and the Batman cartoon that he comes back from school to watch, the one that flies. So since he loves the song so much and Daddy tells him it's Batman that sang it.
So these small children are singing your pam pam pam. Hey,
So that
Samini.
time, so maybe Batman can fly with me then. So
He's got superpowers.
little boy gets introduced to me and he comes to me like coded. He pokes me and goes like, "Can you fly?" Yeah, because he's thinking after everything, maybe you should take me on a quick spin. So I was like, maybe it's about time we rebrand.
Okay.
So right after my first album, before my second album, I did the rebranding. You know, added Samini to Batman. Samini being my last name.
Okay.
I thought.
You're gonna tell us your full name?
Emmanuel. Andrew Samini.
Where's the Ghanaian name in there?
Samini.
But Samini's your surname, your family name.
Yeah.
So you just got named Christian names.
I've
That
got
was
a
it.
Muslim name, Khalid.
Khalid,
Yeah.
as in KH.
No, it's Haleed.
Oh, HALEE. Ladies, you're listening. I'm sure a lot of them are like, right.
You know, that's not written. So
Oh, it's not written. So are you from a Muslim family? Are you Muslim?
mixed.
What's that mean?
My family is both Christian and Muslim. I have Muslim uncles, and then I have Christian parents.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so I have an uncle that named every single one of us had a Muslim name because he would come and name you. You know, so my big sister is Adiza, my big brother is Dauda.
Okay.
You know, I'm Khalid. You know, but we didn't practice Islam at home.
Right.
Because my parents were Christians.
Okay.
Are Christians.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have a lot of, you know, Muslim uncles. So that it's a blend.
Okay.
That's
But
how
you as an
come that
individual,
name.
who are you? Are you a Christian? Are you a Muslim? Are you a Buddhist? Are you an atheist? Are you...
I am love.
What does that mean? Sorry. Out of all respect, what does that mean?
Yeah, I believe in love.
So you don't have a...
I believe in God and God is love.
Okay.
So I believe in love.
Okay. I can
Yeah,
respect
so
that.
once you can love and love unconditionally, that's God.
Okay. And that's what you feel. And is that something, and I mean this with all due respect, but is that something that dancehall music, yeah? You say you do dancehall. Is that a definition in your locks then? In terms of the whole love and the whole dancehall aspect?
My locks is more Afro,
Okay. Fine.
more African, more lion, more energy, more black.
Okay.
No race intended. But I mean, no racism intended in this statement. But from what I read growing up, I knew that it's a certain form of energy if you're brave enough to not go barbershop.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
What, deriving from Samson and stuff, basically? We're getting to a deep conversation here.
Yeah, all of that is stuff that were, you know, introduced to as kids, stories here and there, and then you hear ancient African stories, and you can see ancient African art, and you know that long hair is part of it. There's people that can have it and people that can't. If your hair grows bald, it grows bald. If your hair grows bushy, it does. Okay. There's even bald locks people that has.
Yeah, they were.
Big up Stevie Wonder wherever you are. Big up Stevie Wonder wherever you are. No.
So homage.
Yeah.
So for you, the locks and maybe the tattoos is that whole homage to being an African. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're trying to peel the onion. You see, trying to get to know who Samini is. Am I getting close?
That's for you to judge. I'm just.
I don't know.
Well, I think you're reasonably doing good.
Okay.
It's been a decent convo and I'm enjoying it.
Are you sure?
As far as I can get to
You look
express
uncomfortable.
myself.
Am I making you feel uncomfortable?
Do I look uncomfortable?
I'm joking. I'm playing with you. It's okay. Back to the music, because I'll keep on taking you away from that, and people are like taking back to the music. Lately, you've dropped a lot of tracks and a lot of videos this year. We're coming to the end of the year, but you've dropped a lot. What is with the movement of your music this year?
I took a chill a few years back to, you know, put out a few artists on my label, you know, make way, and then also just restructure the brand. And you know, when you're in the system for so long, you have to always, you know, take a step back and check and, you know, come back and stuff. So I'm just looking at putting in a few more visuals than I used to. And
What, in terms of music videos?
Music videos,
Okay.
and then basically the music is not done yet, and the demand is there for me to put out more work. So I thought, why not? You know, so 2017 you're going to see a lot more works. Like
what? You're going to give us a little sample of some of that today?
Not here.
Oh, seriously? Not even small.
I'm not going to sing to you today, nah.
Even if I prostrate, let me see if I can. Actually, let me see if I prostrate.
No, sir, no. I'll come down there with you. I'll come down there.
See what I'm saying? See, I beg. You won't even give us small.
No,
Oh, massa. I'm not as young as I look at all. Hey, my name. You won't give me something small.
It's a good danger.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Don't worry, I'll get something. So 2017 is massive in terms of the music of what you're going to bring to us. Or are you you're still doing more restructuring and you're pushing out more of your artists?
It's just about putting out what you've put together for your fans, really, because after being on road for so long, sometimes it's not about what's popping out there anymore. It's about what you've got for people who look out for what you have coming. The people who have been following you and are waiting for what you have next. So after being on top for so long, having people come up and join you, having the thing get neutralized now, you have a good following that are waiting for you. So sometimes you just have to concentrate on how to get it to them. You know, so when the comments start coming to your social media pages as to Charlie, when the new one they come, when Charlie, what's up? Then you know that there's some hunger. So you put together something and put it out. Okay. Yeah, they won't let you sleep. Yeah, but I have a few surprises coming in terms of, you know, the music. Yeah, if I'm not going to talk about it. Yeah.
You're really hard, aren't you? Okay.
Well, if anything, my fans can expect a reggae album.
Okay.
Yeah, like a reggae album.
Proper reggae.
Reggae.
When you say reggae, let's break this down and understand, because I grew up in a generation of listening to ragga. So Beanie Man, I'm looking at Buju Banton, and all of them man there is what I listened to. So that was ragga. Reggae was a different definition. What is reggae to you? Because when I hear, I mean, it's all respect again, I'm not offending no one, please. That when I hear Ghanaian or African artists say that they're doing dancehall music and the music they put out, to me, I don't think that's dancehall music, because what I grew up on dancehall music wasn't that. But you may call it like an African dancehall, like Big Nash has mentioned. You might call it Afro dancehall.
African dancehall is what I came out with.
Okay.
That's what I called my thing from when I started.
Okay.
Because I was inspired by dancehall deeply, and when I started composing, I just knew that I was writing along them lines. So it would only make sense that I do it our way. So then I'm coming inspired by what I heard, but I'm coming with my rendition or my style of it, my type of it, because you can't, when you're inspired by something and that's your art form, you can't run from it. There's rappers, there's hip hop people, there's people that are rapping like they're in America and they don't live there. And some of them are actually really good.
Yeah.
You understand? So then the music has become so broad that wherever you find yourself on the globe, whatever genre like influences you, you learn to build yours from it and come and then represent where you're coming from. So that end of the day you can always, point at your roots.
Yeah.
So when I say a reggae album, you're gonna hear a reggae album from an African guy.
Okay, so you're talking reggae, but it's got the injection.
Yes, reggae album, you know that sound-wise, you can't go wrong. So you have to record a reggae album with the mindset of, trying to have a well-produced piece.
Okay.
So sound-wise, it has to be recorded like that. And then lyrically, reggae looks at certain things apart from just the feel-good. Reggae looks at touching social issues, and I've done enough of the pine. So I've done too much of it, plenty of it. I do some reggae songs that the fans just would rinse the pine so much that you don't get access to those reggae songs unless you're the type that would search.
Okay.
So after a while, I realized that I owe the fans and the scene a well-produced piece, reggae album, and then I continue with my thing, but then that is one of the things that I need on my catalog, on my thing, and then you can go download that as a complete Samini reggae album.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's one of the things that I just lay out the bag. You can expect that. And then musically, just that is what you can have for now. Yeah.
Oh my days! Like you was gonna say, free, be free, let it out. You're amongst friends here. Just chill. Say what you want to say. It's fine.
Friends are rumor starters.
Listen, come out the horse's mouth is all I can say. I ain't saying nothing else like that. Okay.
You got cameras on me. And you're like, friends. Paparazzi friends.
Oh my
is what we have. Yeah.
Listen, I'm a nice enough chick. I'll put the camera down.
Yeah, she's that friend that comes and then the camera is in front of her before she's coming. It's like,
but
how you doing, love?
Yeah, but if I
checking you
didn't
on the
do
camera
that, they
like-
wouldn't be happy with me. So I gotta keep it real. I keep it 100 every day. All day.
Yeah, but you're my friend and you're taping me all day.
Oh.
Next
my
time I'm
son.
coming with the camera.
Come
How
with
you
it.
doing, love?
Come with it. Come to my house and see me in my tracksuit. Okay, cool. Right, reggae. And I just want to mention you've also done a lot of collaborations. If I look through a lot of your catalogue of tracks, there's a lot of collaborations that you've done with a lot of people. And Kofi Kanata is one of the newest ones that you've been doing a lot of songs with at the moment. How do you feel about these whole collaboration mixes? Is that something that is a passion for you, or is it something that you feel that you just want to give back as an artist and you don't feel that you should single yourself off to this person and that person, but you've got love for everybody?
Well, that's how I came up.
Okay.
That's how they introduced me into the scene. I did so many
Who's they?
collaborations. I mean the fans,
Okay.
the music scene. That's how I got introduced. That's how I got launched into the scene.
Okay.
I was on so many songs back home. Sometimes you get the chart show give you the top 5, and you have 3 of them having me featuring on them, but I didn't have an album.
Okay.
Yeah, so I kind of have a special vibe for collaborations, and when I go on them tracks, I give my all because I like to represent myself and just give my 100. So it comes out, and sometimes collaborations feel like it's my track because I went on and I did what I had to do. It's a side of me that I just love doing. So Kofi Kinata, for instance, is an artist on my label that I signed. So it's only nice that I, endorse his works, and then put him on major stuff so that the people get to hear him and put him on the pedestal that he needs to be on, so he can, you know, beam up.
Okoto aba dancing ninu go kruti. Abatu enyentokwa. Okoto aba utumi ni go kruti.
Then Kofu be Beppel Power, I'm a Casagasa Baba Ghana never. The meeting I have was sister brother, bachelor wadrin on the end of what to Waba, Amu Biepe, Obiala no Biopen, or you don't come who Jabosha and fight the Abba. To Woody Riala Sharp Abba. If you into Munkanana Ada, any time in Wabomba no party, every on the beat, Betty Biala Sako Wapa on the low, Bialisha Hino, Nancy and Shrew, Ghana, Yaya Bida, into lawyer, farmer teacher, as a day Frank and a Ghana, Afrikita. I hire them a wagga, and we're Ghana.
Time is here again.
Yeah, so collaborations.
So just mentioning Kofi Kinata's name, he is someone that you said that is on your label. Why did you choose him to be on your label?
I was driving in Accra and I heard a mixtape on radio, and it was this kid rapping in Fanti, and I thought it was crazy. So randomly I had a conversation with my manager and I was telling him, I heard this kid on radio. He says his name is Kofi Kinata. He raps in Fanti and it's crazy. So my manager did his underground check and heard a few more tracks. So we went to Takrady for a show. That's where he was based. So my manager made the connection and then he came over to the hotel. We saw him, you know, humble kid, linked up, whatever, boom bang. We brought him over to Accra and the rest is history, you know. And I feel proud when I'm able to point a kid out and tell the nation, watch out for this kid. And eventually, it blows. This is not the first, this is not the second.
No, not at all. You've done it with many
yeah.
artists, Stonebwoy included.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Because I'm sure people want to know.
Yeah, Stonebwoy as well. Yeah, he's a hustler, you know. Stonebwoy is a fighter, kid that's been on the street trying to get heard. So on one of those occasions, he walks up to me and introduces himself, and I take him on board as a young brother. You know, we rode for a good number of years. I signed him, did his first album for him, and then after that he graduated and did Beam Nation. You know, so he is a success story when it comes to High Grade Family, because he's the first artist that High Grade Family put out. Samini Music High Grade Family put out Stonebwoy's album, Grade 1. Yeah, and then after that we collaborated with Extra Large and did Kaki.
Okay, yeah.
Kaki is a success story as well.
Totally.
And then you have Kofi Kinata now following suit. We have other young acts like Jalid coming up.
So it's right to say that you know how to pick them.
I think I've got the Midas touch.
I think
you can say that.
We can see the track record.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now, it would be wrong for me to sit here and talk to you in front of the camera if this is going out to the people and the wider masses, not to mention some of the things that have come up in conversations to me. Now, one of the things I've heard on the streets, now you can tell me, Sakina, I'm not answering this. You can tell me, Sakina, keep it moving, or you can say, Sakina, I'm gonna answer this, right? You don't even know what I'm gonna say to you. Wake up, listen, yeah? Now, okay, the beef issue, I ain't got time for that anyway. I'm not even gonna go into the beef issue. Whoever and everybody knows what's going on there and they see it and whatever, unless you want to say anything about that.
Were you talking about pizza?
I said beef, I didn't say pizza.
Oh, I'm vegetarian, I don't eat beef.
Forget. Anyway, so anyway, what I want to talk about is the whole Samini Stonebwoy thing. Now, I'm not talking about beef or anything like that, because I'm not interested in that. But the things I've heard and what you shut me down, tell me this is correct and tell me this is wrong and this is right. People have said that you brought out Stonebwoy, rightfully so, but then you didn't do nothing for him in his career, and Stonebwoy done his own thing and he became a proper dancehall artist in his own right. What would you say to someone saying that? Because that's the kind of thing I'm hearing.
I'm not God. I am just a fellow artist that gave a platform for another artist to come and show what they've got. And if the people loved him, he could follow and, you know, chase his dream. So basically what he's doing now is he's doing stuff for himself like he should, like every other able-bodied man should. What I did was gave him a platform. So, I mean, yeah, Stonebwoy is doing well for himself.
Well, I personally, if he ain't gonna shut it down, I'm gonna shut it down. Because at the end of the day, if you bring out an artist and an artist takes that platform no matter what industry you're in, takes that platform and then uses their own common sense to use it to their elevation, the elevation they want it to be, and they're at the success story that they want to be at, then more power to them. Kudos. So let's just move that aside. So back to you. What else can we know about you that the people don't know? What town are you from?
What town am I from? I'm from the Upper West region of Ghana. I come from Wa, My mom's from Nato, same Upper West region.
Okay.
What else do you want to know about me? I've got Amsterdam running that people know about. People come here to chill. Amsterdam, that's my pub. Back in Dansuman.
I didn't even get that. Say what one more time. You said that too fast.
It's dance and stardom put together in one
Oh,
word.
dance stardom. See, that's the English way. Dance stardom.
Alright.
Okay, and that's in Dansuman.
Yeah,
Everybody should know about that. Get down there. Okay,
When you're
perfect.
looking for a one-stop place to access anything Samini, it's Amsterdam. Come down there, check that out.
And how can people contact you if they want to get hold of you?
Samini_Dagati on all platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Facebook is actually Samini, one word. Twitter.
Yeah, there's many Saminis on Facebook. Gosh, you
Yeah.
got so many aliases. Okay, cool. So, and to round this kind of up, if we were to contact you on any of those platforms, would you reply, or is it someone else?
Yeah, me.
It's you.
If you're on Twitter, you're talking to me.
Okay.
If you're on Instagram,
Your phone's gonna start going ping, 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 ping.
If you're on Instagram, you're talking to me.
Okay.
If you're on Facebook, you just might not be talking to me.
Okay.
Because I don't do too much interaction on Facebook.
Okay.
I just post stuff.
Okay. So if we want to get hold of you,
Twitter, Instagram.
and we can get in your
Yeah.
face. Okay, cool. Right. The last thing I want to know about Samini Fest. What can we all expect?
Samini Fest, this is the 3rd year running, and it's been good so far. The last 2 years, we had a crazy number of people coming out, and I know it's going to be bigger this year. This year, the theme is for a peaceful election, so we're trying to get the people together 4 days before the election to just re-inject the whole peace vibe in them before they go out there. And then also to reaffirm the fact that my concert is here to stay, my festival is here to stay, and it's going to run for every year. So we do it, and it's like a series of events before the concert itself. So we have the cleanup exercise coming up on 19th,
Yep.
and then we have the inter-community soccer gala that comes up on the 26th. And then,
Are you going to be playing soccer?
yeah, but usually,
Are you sure?
well, tell you what, I'm the goal king when it comes to the Ghana celebrities team.
Okay.
Because I've got a few goals, and most people don't have any goals at all.
Okay.
You want to hear the list of goals? Yeah, I've got a few
I'm
goals.
not
They
into
know,
sports,
they
so-
know. Like,
Yeah, they
I'm
know,
the
they
goal
know.
king.
I
Yeah.
believe you.
So that aside, yes, I'm going to be on the pitch on the 26th, and then we'll do other events.
Can we all get random people like myself, can we go down there and
Yeah,
get
yeah,
tickets?
yeah.
So we all need to get down there and support
Yeah.
you then. Okay.
So then after that, we'll do a few activations for peace, and then do the concert on the 3rd of December, Trade Fair Center, 8 p.m.
Is it running on Ghana time, Nigerian time, or English time?
I tried to run on English time, but you know, sometimes I end up being Ghanaian. So
So we can only love you for that then.
hopefully we start performance by 8,
Okay.
and latest by 11 I should be on stage. So,
You know, now you've just said that, people are just going to stop it.
yeah, but they're gonna be there for quite a bit before I come on stage. People,
Well,
come on,
oh
let's
gosh,
do this.
yeah, people, you just said it. He just closed it up. Go on, close it up. Go on, tell them.
Yeah, so yeah, people, it's your boy. Come out, let's do this. Samini Fest 2016, coming off Trade Fair Center on the 3rd of December. Come out, let's make it happen in the name of Ghana Peace. Achisa.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Charitable.